2-3 hour project, and less than $100 of materials. And you convert $150 Bimini compatible with the $2,000 Bimini.
For those of you watching our videos in chronological order, what happens in this video happened several months ago. In real time, Chris is still in this beautiful marina in Key West. So why, you may ask, are we cutting into a perfectly good Bimini? Well, there's method to our madness. In this video, we're going to show you how we turned a relatively inexpensive Bimini into one that works and acts like one much more expensive. So what are you doing right now?
I am preparing the sewing area for installing the zippers. So I put some Shelterite chafing fabric, and I'm using the double-sided base tape to secure the Shelterite to the Bimini and the zipper to the Shelterite that's going to go into the Bimini. And my plan is to sew this together once I get it ready, see how it works. Hopefully, I'm sure it'll be fine. This thing you have to cut it off without cutting it with scissors to make it easier to take the tape off. Okay, let me do this side first. I think I need to start sewing. I should have left that one on. Zipper is a hair bigger. It's gonna be a little bigger. It's gonna be a little looser. Don't be an asshole.
This is a kid-friendly show.
Excuse me?
This is a kid-friendly show.
You're not keeping all my speech in this thing.
You're gonna have to start bleeping you out like Nick all the time.
I start saying coño. That's why Robert uses coño.
Yeah.
Not because I use it, but because he says that everybody doesn't know what that means. So it's like cursing.
Oh, it's his way of cursing with impunity.
Censoring his cursing. Yep. Which is why I do it. And because it means something. So feels like I'm cheating with this double-sided tape.
Cheating is good. Boat projects are hard enough without worrying about cheating.
Okay, now I'm going to tape the other side to where it's supposed to go. Undo the zipper and sew it. I'm excited about this. It's gonna be a stronger connection now because of that thing I added to it. I wanted to make sure it was strong. Okay. Alright, looks like it's on. I'll open it up. And sew it together. I'm so excited. Oh my God, why didn't we think of this earlier?
Yeah, it's gonna be a game changer for sure.
I think so too, no matter what else we do. This is huge. Just pay attention. This is mostly okay. This is the first one. There was this extra stuff that I don't want flopping once we're putting the poles in and out and stuff. Just want it to be nice and flat. So I'm doing another stitch.
That's the double-sided tape that you think is cheating?
The double-sided basting tape. It is cheating. It shouldn't be this easy. As a person who sews and has a history of sewing, holding fabric with pins has been how I've done it always. And this double-sided tape seems like cheating. Initially, I was like, come on, I'm not going to need it. And I was like, let me buy it. They're all recommending it. Everybody's using it. And now I'm using it, and I'm like, oh my God, where have you been all my life? I'm taking off a little bit of it to account for the zipper because I don't want it too loose. Probably not taking enough, but I don't want it too tight either because if it's too tight, that would be harder to fix. This fabric seems a little flimsy. It's holding up pretty good, but I'm adding something that was not part of the original design, so I'm trying to make sure that it's going to be strong enough that it will last.
Happy Halloween, by the way.
Yeah, happy Halloween to you too. There's nothing better to do than Halloween than put zippers in your Bimini.
Used to be you were sewing the kids' Halloween costumes around this time, not Bimini's.
I know. Stupid kids had to grow up. My lovely, wonderful children had to grow up.
Nice save.
Don't use that other one. Use that one. You can edit the other one out.
Come on, you used to love sewing their costumes.
I did. I did. I looked forward to it every year. It's something to make sure that I was still sewing.
And now it's all paying off.
Yep. That was practice for Bimini sewing. Making dinosaurs and mermaids and gypsies and all of that good stuff. Everybody else, unless I was coming down with my Cellrite bag on the dock, they were like, "Oh, you have a Cellrite machine?" I'm like, "No, I do not."
How are you going to cut a curve? How are you going to know what kind of curve to put in it?
I'm going to use the actual Bimini and put this up against it, and it's got to be kind of like that. I have to cut it that way in order to make it go around the corner.
Conform to the corner?
Yeah, so the plan is I'm going to see how long is the straight run, and I'm going to cut the straight run straight, and then I'm going to make the corners curved, because once I do the curves, it feels like a waste of fabric. So I have to make sure that I have the straight lines cut first, because that's going to be a bigger piece anyway. Much better. Oh, yet not better. Oh, this will do. If it doesn't have to be perfect, this is a good way to do it. Otherwise, you might have to be more accurate. As you can see, I'm like wobbling and not 100%. But it's okay that it's not 100%, because I don't need it to be 100%.
It's just important to get a reasonably even strip.
Yes. This is, there's supposed to be a right and a wrong side to this. I didn't pay that much attention when they were talking about that. So I don't. There is no consistency in the way I've used this thing.
Every side is right.
Well, I think that for what I'm using it's good enough. They do, I don't want to badmouth Cellrite, so I should stop talking. They do seem to be overly everything on the Cellrite videos. And again, I don't want to badmouthing, because if they are going to give me a free machine, I'm going to take it.
Hear that, Cellrite? This video gets 11 million views.
You understand what I'm doing?
No, tell me what you're doing.
So I'm trying to put this on. Oh, I didn't cut further. I'm trying to put this on the straight side of the Bimini for the zipper. And then I'm going to cut this on this curve with the Shelterite fabric.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of, I already cut it for both sides. And I'm basting it in place so then I can know what to cut. We could put the Bimini back up without the solar panels, especially to try it out.
Just kind of like dry fit it?
No, just put it up. You just got to zip it in.
Yeah. We should probably do that to make sure it works before we do it with the solar panels, like it's the final install.
Mm-hmm.
That process is sometimes called dry fitting.
Thanks for mansplaining that to me.
Don't mention it.
Okay. And basting tape for the other side of the shelter right. Chafing fabric. Trying to dry fit the zipper. I don't know about putting the shelter right all the way to the end now. I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
That was a good use of the word dry fit, by the way.
Thank you. You are my savior. So I don't need to put it on both sides anyway. Open it for easier access. Begin the basting. And close it. Get the head out of the way.
You should always get the head out of the way first.
I don't know what you mean, sir.
I know you don't.
Ah ha ha. You're hilarious. Voices. I think I decided I'm not putting shelter right all the way to the ends.
Okay.
It's happening.
I trust your judgment.
Thank you. Well, there is no other tutorial showing me how to do this, so.
So this is going to be a unique experience for people to learn. I think this is something that a lot of people would want to do if they buy the off-the-shelf Biminis. Because this is, you know, those are cheap. They're almost reusable or, you know, throwaway and then buy a new one as opposed to spending thousands and thousands of dollars. But this is a huge upgrade, and it's not that difficult.
Nope. The only main thing that makes it a little more challenging is our solar panels.
Yeah.
Our previous install of the solar panels. If it weren't because of that, this is still going to be a, 2-3 hour project, which is very reasonable.
Oh, 2-3 hours. When you put that up against being able to take down our Bimini in 10 minutes as opposed to having to take the whole thing down in an hour.
2-3 hour project, and less than $100 of materials. And you convert $150 Bimini compatible with the, $2,000 Bimini. I'm gonna make another pass on every single line. I'm gonna give it another line of stitching. So we're gonna dry fit it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do a second row of stitching next to every single stitch I've made to connect the zippers, it will have 2 lines instead of just 1. So I'm ready to go.
Ask you to repeat yourself, just go with it.
Okay.
So now you're using that double-sided tape that you said was cheating?
Yes. What?
I said repeat yourself and go with it, not act in the way.
Repeat with what? Repeat what?